YouTube Shorts is a new feature on YouTube, and many of you have seen huge success with it. I'm very excited to do this video. Today, we're gonna look up some of my subscribers' success stories and dive into something that I've noticed that made their videos blow up. I've researched a ton of channels. I've done a ton of research on YouTube Shorts in the past month. I've talked a lot about it on my channel because it is something that is going to be part of YouTube. Because like I've said, YouTube is competing with TikTok and Instagram Reels, and they don't want to miss out. They don't wanna let the viewers go off to other platforms and stay on there. They want them to stay on YouTube. So what do? They created YouTube Shorts. So in this video, I want to share some of my findings on what I've researched in the past month. I've listened into a lot of big creators very carefully on what they were saying about YouTube Shorts. I've also done a lot of research on my end by reaching out to multiple creators and talking to them about it. And I've also started my own shorts channel that I will be doing some tests on there as well. So just understand that this is my initial findings. I wanted to share them as I go and as I grow, understand this new feature. So I'm gonna share some success stories, but I'm also gonna share my findings, and then I'm gonna show you a channel that one of their videos, one of their YouTube Shorts just took off. So a lot of the YouTube Shorts that have done very well are very vibrant, or they're creative, or there's something different. Like the same goes for TikTok. Whenever you go on TikTok, you'll see very like bright poppy colors. People are all excited most of the time, or something very emotional is happening. That keeps the audience watching and grabs people's attention. So first, my friend Summer, she started a channel. She is a digital artist. She's always been very creative. I love her stuff. As you can see on Summer's channel, it's very vibrant, bright, and colorful. And that's because she's a digital artist. She recreated Nickelodeon's Fairly Odd Parents in a digital drawing. When I was young, I watched this, so this kind of appealed to me too, to see how it turned out. Now, when you look at the drawings that she's doing, they're from cartoons from the past that we have all at least watched one. But then there's Sonia. She's a subscriber, but she's also a friend. I see all you as friends, just so you know. She shared in our Facebook group, our YouTube Facebook group, that one of her shorts took off. She is a balloon artist. I love her balloon artistry. She does a really good job of creating different dolls with balloons of all things, which is kind of cool. And we've talked back and forth, and we've come up with some ideas that she can potentially do in the future. Like I said, Sonia is a balloon artist, so she does balloon tutorials. This one YouTube short took off. It got 33K views. And this one snippet of drawing Emma wiggle on a balloon really grabbed the audience's attention, brought in some extra traffic to her channel. Now, I have more channels that I want to share with you, but before we do that, I want to give you some of the findings, the tips, the things that I've learned over the past month about YouTube Shorts. The first thing that I've noticed is 15 to 30 seconds is key. So what I mean by this is you can do up to 60 seconds of video length, but what you want to do is you want to focus in on the 15 to 30 seconds. I've been researching this. YouTube themselves has said 15 seconds is the sweet spot. Now, this is very important. If you have videos that are longer than that or shorter than that, that's fine, and they did well, that's great. The retention has to be high, and I'll talk about that in a minute. The majority of the people that I reached out to had 15 to 30 seconds with the time frame. The next thing that we want to talk is the high retention. Now, I just mentioned that you need to have high retention. No matter what you're doing, you need to have high retention on your videos so that they get pushed out more within the algorithm. You know this because I've told you many times, long form content, you need to have high retention. Doesn't matter what the length of the video is, high retention is important. So from all my findings, all my research, I have noticed that high retention keeps pushing out the videos. Let's break this down. If you have a 30-second video and you have a high retention, so 70% and above, videos will get on the short shelf. That's just what I've found from my initial findings. If it falls below that, it seems to knock off the short shelf and stop pushing it. Now, when you look at this, if you have a video and it's at 70% and then it dips below that, it will stop. But if you have a video that's at 95% and it dips to 90%, it seems to continue to push it back out. It kind of goes like in a wave effect. It'll push it back out whenever it hits that, mark. So far from my initial findings, seeing if it's above 85, 90%, it seems to push it back into the algorithm and do another round. Leads me into the next point is your shorts need to be entertaining. They need to have some amazing value in it. If you're not entertaining them, if you're not doing something crazy or fun, it needs to have a ton of value in it. I share this information all the time on my channel. Your videos, if they're not getting high retention, if they're not getting the watch time, they're not gonna get pushed out more, right? Same goes for YouTube Shorts. Make them entertaining, bring value, and that will drive the retention up. A little secret tip here though is at the very beginning, the first 3 to 5 seconds is very important. It's the hook. You need to hook people in to get them to watch to the very end. The fourth thing that I've noticed is hashtag shorts in the title really does help. Some people have put it in the description, and yes, there are a few videos out there that do well with it, but in my opinion, looking at all the YouTube Shorts, But if they have it in the title, it pushes it out. The last thing is you don't want to overdo the amount of YouTube shorts that you do in your channel. I tested this on my other channel, that random channel that I started, and I put 3 videos up. So I uploaded 1, 2, 3, and those were on separate days. The third one actually did get pushed on the short shelf. The reason being is it had time to get into the algorithm. Now, I have been chatting with other creators and they have said that it does vary with the time frame when they push out onto the YouTube short shelf. So anywhere between 1 to 4 days, it could be pushed out on the short shelf. For me, it happened literally the next day on the third one. Okay, so hopefully that information helps you understand it a little bit more. Those are my initial findings on YouTube Shorts. This is all new stuff that's happening, but it's going to happen. It is going to happen on YouTube. So let's get back into looking at some success stories because they have been so gracious in sharing their information with me. Burch is another person who shared within our Facebook group. He shared that his videos did a little bit better than usual. It's Faith Time had a couple of videos that did a little bit better and brought some traffic to her channel. Monzon actually had a shorts video that brought in some extra views and gained him 9 subscribers. 9 extra subscribers he would never have gotten if he didn't try the YouTube Shorts. Also had another YouTube short get pushed because it had really good retention. Do you see a theme here? Like I said, once a short gets pushed and it tapers off, like it just comes to like a standstill, that means the retention has gotten low and that it's not worth pushing it out anymore. So anything between 68 to 70% below that, it just seems to taper off. Okay, so you gotta listen to this. This is a channel that I've been talking to, connected with, and we've been working on ideas, getting ideas for her channel for the future on what she could do for YouTube Shorts, but also on what she could do for other content. Okay, so let's dive into this channel. This channel is called Ritualistic Beauty, and she has done an amazing job of connecting and making it her own. She turned her everyday dark aesthetic makeup for beginners into a short snippet. She got 14K views and it drove some extra traffic to her channel. The major one that I want to talk about is how I cut my Betty bangs, cutting bangs at home. This one took off, and again, it's in the 15 to 30 second range. We have been keeping an eye on this one, and it has been getting high retention. It is currently sitting at 404K views. She actually took this from one of her most popular videos on her channel, which is important to note. She cut pieces up from this video and repurposed it and turned it into a short form video. She was at 450 subscribers February 15th and is currently sitting at 783 subscribers. She has 100,000 views, which is amazing for her channel. As you can see on this chart, it just continues to rise. Connecting with her, the retention was high, it was above 95%, and it continued to be pushed out. YouTube picked it up and pushed it back out when it continued to stay at that percentage. Which means you need to focus in on content that does well on your channel. This goes back to everything that I have told you about tips and tricks on what you should do for content for your channel. And it goes back to that. You need to look at what's doing well on your channel and see how you can repurpose it, or even better, do a short specifically on that topic. This is just some of the success stories. Like I could sit here all day and talk about this and share all the success stories, the people that I've come in contact with. It's been honestly amazing to connect with people and see how they're doing. And like I said, this was just my initial findings for you all. I wanted to give you like my report of such on how it's going, my research, and what I've noticed in the past month. I will be sharing more videos on YouTube Shorts in the future. As it grows, I will learn more and more and more for you all. And of course, I will be sharing that information with you all because I really want to help you understand YouTube Shorts, as it's going to be a feature that's going to be pushed out more because YouTube wants to dive into it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you need more information on YouTube Shorts, hit that playlist button and just check it out, see what it's all about, because there's lots of information in there on how to do it, because we're going to get into those details more and more and more even. I even have some growth tips, some YouTube Shorts ideas, like there's ideas within ideas, someone said. So make sure you go check that out. And as always, guys, don't forget to create adventure and live to inspire. Have a good one.